Are you serious? Are you serious? We have breaking news. Breaking news coming out of Yemen. And this is amazing that this information is not on your mainstream media. I mean, everybody wants to talk about Jon Stewart retiring from Comedy Central or Brian Williams getting thrown under the bus at NBC, but nobody wants to talk about what's really important and what's really happening. Well, the United States State Department has just announced late last night that the United States Embassy in Yemen has been closed immediately and being evacuated, getting everyone out of the country as they are announcing that the country of Yemen has completely been run over, taken over by Shiite rebels, the Houthis. Now, hours later, Britain, the United Kingdom, and France also immediately shut down their embassies and ordered all their citizens to get out of Yemen as soon as possible. The United States Embassy had already been operating with severely reduced staff, and I've been saying for weeks, you better get them people out of there. When the president of Yemen gets, when there's a coup, and there's no longer any government, and you got a bunch of rebels standing in the streets with rifles in the air, saying that they're in charge, you shut your embassy. There's nobody in charge. You got a bunch of thieves and thugs and radical Islamic jihadist terrorists, Muslim militants with a misguided message out of Mecca, with the meanness and the madness and the murdering and the maliciousness. I mean, you get everybody out of there. And I've been saying that for weeks. Now, all of a sudden, you got to jump and go. And the citizen, so United States closed their embassy. Britain, hours later, closed their embassy. France, hours later, closed their embassy. I'm going to tell you what this means. This means there's an imminent threat on all Westerners to be taken potentially hostage. And maybe you got the same situation developing as you would if you were in Iraq or Syria under ISIS. And so this thing is spinning out of control quickly. It's amazing that this could happen, and yet nobody even know what's going on over here in America. And you have to wonder, how many more Kayla Muellers are going to get taken hostage and killed? How many more James Foleys are going to be beheaded? When are we going to say that enough is enough? I don't know. Now, the U.S. Embassy had already been operating under a severely reduced staff for several weeks. The State Department spokesman Jim Paskey said remaining diplomatic personnel had been relocated due to ongoing political instability and uncertain security situation. Duh! Yemen has been in crisis for months. The Iran-linked Shiite Houthi rebels, what'd you say? Let's say it again. The Iranian supported radical Shiite Houthi Muslim militants are running the show. In other words, Iran is taking over Yemen. Let's say it again. Iran is taking over Yemen. And this is why the Saudi Arabians are so nervous, because they got ISIS on one border and Iranian thugs and thieves on the other border. And no wonder King Solomon is all shook up. And if you're Israel, no wonder you're concerned. It's not just Iran in Iran. It's Iran supporting the Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. It's Iran supporting the radical rebels in Syria. It's Iran supporting, completely funding with weapons, the Hamas in Gaza. It's Iran supporting and making it happen with the Shiite rebels, the Houthis in Yemen. So if you're Israel, your enemies are beginning to surround you. The armies are about to compass Jerusalem. Zechariah chapter 14. And Jerusalem is becoming a cup of trembling. Believe me, this is all about Jerusalem. Everything you see going on, it's all about Jerusalem. It's all about Jerusalem and the holy mountain. And so while all this is going on, remember what it says in Psalms 83. And how that they will build a consortium. They'll build a confederacy of nations that will come against Israel and say, let's wipe them off. You know, let's destroy them. They'll never be remembered again. This declaration is found in Psalms 83, verses 1 through 5. So, I'm just giving you breaking news. U.S., Britain, and France all closing their embassies in Yemen instantly, immediately, quickly. Evacuation, that means the whole thing is falling apart. Pray for these folks that they get out of that country now. God bless.